Alright, hey guys, what's up? Welcome to ETski Tutorials, and this is my second episode of An Indie Dev Plays Mothhead. And I just realized I messed up. This isn't ETski Tutorials, this is ETski 2. ETski Tutorials is my main channel, where I have a bunch of tutorials on how to make games inside of Unity. ETski 2 is my second channel, where I'm doing kind of Let's Play videos and just other extra interesting videos, and I wanted to talk about the controls of this game, Mothhead. So quickly, look how you can see it says click mouse to flap wings and WSAD to fly. I can't remember what it said, but you saw how quickly that was on the screen for only a few seconds. So I guess that's what I want to talk about in this episode as far as Mothhead goes. If you're like, what the heck is Mothhead? Check out my previous episode of this game where I explained it, so I'm not going to re-go over it. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the controls in this game because the controls are bad. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. So the controls are interesting in a number of ways. So first of all, you only see the controls and what the controls are for about 2 seconds on the screen. Okay, maybe it's more like 5-10 seconds, but still, it's a short amount of time, and there's no way to get that back without restarting the game. And that screwed me up the first time, where I was kind of looking around going, whoa, this looks amazing, oh crap, there's writing there, and then the writing went away, and I was like, I don't know what that said, I hope it wasn't important. And actually it was important, because I got stuck and there's nothing I could do without knowing the controls. So the controls, by default, I actually don't even remember if they're rebindable, but the controls are WSAD to fly around, and left click to fly up, right click to fly down, and spacebar to interact. So in other words, spacebar is what E would normally be. So yeah, that's doable. They're not the greatest controls ever. But then the other interesting thing is I'm pretty sure the developer or the programmer's original idea of how this game should play and control was that I thought that he didn't want the left click and right click functionality. I thought it was just like, like it would be look up and press W and you would start flying up, where that is not the case. I guess that was a design choice. Maybe it was easier for people to play when they had actual buttons for going up and down, and then it didn't matter which way the mouse was looking. But the only problem with that is that I think since it was probably programmed like that before, now it still has a remnants of being programmed like that. Because if I want to fly forward, like let's say I want to fly towards that tree, but I'm kind of like looking at the ground, I'm looking where I'm going, and I press W, I move super slowly, and the more I look down, the slower I go. And then when I look forward, then I go really fast. So that has been really annoying to control, and I'm pretty sure, it was probably because there was a, move in direction of probably like camera dot forward, multiplied by move speed, something along those lines. And then it seems like they just zeroed out the Y of that vector 3. So then you have to pretty much make sure you're looking forward or to the side, or your camera has to be horizontal to get your moth at full speed because of the way that system is. So you have to have this movement vector, or this movement vector 3 has to have pretty much a 0 on the Y-axis. Otherwise, it's going to zero out the Y-axis, and if say the Y-axis, like when you're looking straight down, if the Y-axis is the largest number inside of that vector 3, you're going to get screwed up. So, yes. So, yeah, that has been pretty annoying with the controls. And also, I really would have liked to see, like, something just showing you what the controls are, or reminding you what the controls are in case you missed it, like I did the first time I played this game. So let me show you like a good example of where they should have had something pop up on the screen and tell you how to play. Hello, Mr. Rock Guy again. Alright, so here's the Mothhead guy, and when you walk up to him and press spacebar, you get on him. But it really would have been nice is if while hovering around this guy for the first time, if it said press spacebar to land on his head, that would have been helpful. And then there's also a part over here. Let me walk over to it and press spacebar again. And I can't press spacebar while walking. I guess that's not as big of a deal. But I guess, actually, that makes kind of sense. There would be less animations for them to do. Also, I would have liked to see them say, press spacebar to use. That would have made this puzzle a lot easier in a sense of, I don't know, this isn't the best designed puzzle. It's okay, I can see where they were going with it, where you couldn't walk there before, and you have to fly over there, then fly back, so, you know, it's a puzzle. But, where was I going with that? I totally lost my train of thought. I had something important that I wanted to point out. Oh, yeah, how you can't press spacebar while the guy is walking. Let me go outside. For whatever reason, I don't know, I just wanted to go outside and get some fresh air, I guess. But let's skip that cutscene. At least you can click to skip cutscenes. But I guess the reason why you can't press spacebar while walking is because then they would have needed an animation blend. So they would have had to have this guy crouch down, or, excuse me, go into crouching down while walking, and that would have been like another animation that they would have had to blend between. So I guess that was just work they were trying to save for themselves. Or maybe they did have that, but it just looks really bad. I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, no, there's one other thing I wanted to say about the controls. So, you know how sometimes in games you look straight up, or you want to look straight up, but it doesn't let you? This is one of those games, and it does that to quite a degree, and it's kind of annoying. So there's not many times in this game where you need to look straight up. I know inside of the cave, I think you can look up more. Weird, it's different outside than it is inside. But, yeah, so you can't look straight up to quite an annoying degree. Like, what are they hiding up there? That annoys me in games. Like, why are you forcing the player to not look straight up? It's just limiting my controls. And then, what's even weirder about this game is you think that it would do the same thing. You think it would limit you and you'd only be able to look down that far. Nope. You can look down more than, oh, okay, this is, I guess the controls for walking are quite different from flying, but anyways, you think it would stop you here, but no, you can look straight down, and then you can go just a little bit farther, like an extra 10 degrees, and then your controls go backwards once you do that. So that is really weird. I don't know what their design choice was for that, or why it was programmed like that. I don't know if it was like an issue of they rotated the camera manually inside of the scene view and then screwed it up and didn't zero out the camera again. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, that is ridiculous. Why would you do that in your game? But I guess there's really not much else that I can say about that. I guess another thing I might as well put in here, I might as well talk about triggers in this game. So there are some triggers in this game, like for example, like if you fly into the water, you will just die and restart the game. So actually, why don't I give that a test run? And you can see, you'd think there would be like an animation where the moth would be like, oh, I'm all wet, I can't do anything. But I guess that would have been extra work for the developers. So, actually I need to right click. So this is what happens. You can fly underwater and it fades to black. And we're back. So, you know, it's an artistic tech demo. I guess I can see they didn't want to let you fly in the water. They wanted something to happen. So I guess it's better than them just, you know, not letting you, or just letting you fly underwater. That would have been weird. And then also over here, God, this guy walks so slow. You just walk towards this guy. Oh, the bees killed me. Okay, that's interesting. So I guess there actually was an animation for this guy dying. So they had a dying animation for Mothhead, but not the actual moth himself. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much everything I can say about the controls. Actually, why don't I fly over here and finish the puzzle? And that will be my last little tidbit talking about controls, because this is weird. This is like broken, I think. So I'm going to go over here, lay it on the table. So there's a moth in a bottle that some little kid presumably trapped. So I guess the goal is to save him, but you can't just push him off. So what you were supposed to do, or the only way I could figure out how to do this, is to push the fruit around, because you can push the fruit around, right? So I'm pretty sure that orange would easily weigh just as much as that jar. But I guess You have to push the fruit around kind of an unrealistic fashion, and it's very awkward. Oh, there we go. Moved it a little bit. And also, fixed time step. Why does this game use such a low fixed time step? Actually, I do know why. It's because of performance optimization reasons. That's always why you lower fixed time step. Why else would you do that? Why would you want your physics looking so wonky? Unless they just didn't know what they were doing and they're new to Unity, or their particular programmer was new to Unity, or I don't know. But yeah, actually no, they had to have done it on purpose and for performance reasons. That's my best guess. And yeah, this is really, really awkward, and these controls aren't very good for doing this. And alright, finally got it. So yeah, that was a weird little quirk that I thought was kind of weird and sort of broke the game a little bit, if you can call this a game in the first place. But like I've been saying, you know, the gameplay in this game is pretty bad, but the artwork is phenomenal. Like, the artwork and the use of the Unity engine, or the graphics inside of the Unity engine, are phenomenal. Like, this game just simply looks great. I think you guys can easily see that, so I'm sorry, developers, I'm ripping on your gameplay so much, but I realize that wasn't your #1 goal of this game. So yeah, in my next episode, I'm going to talk about graphics more, and I'm going to go around and actually look at the graphics and start talking about what the developers did right instead of what the developers did wrong. So yeah, stay tuned. Is this a hidden area? Nope. Invisible collider. I guess that actually has to do with the controls too. There are invisible colliders everywhere. I don't know if anything used mesh colliders. Actually, I think everything used mesh colliders, but I think they checked the convex option. So like over here, I'm floating, and I think that's because they're using convex mesh colliders. That's my guess. Probably for performance optimization reasons. Who knows? But it would have been really nice if they just used mesh colliders, because everywhere in this game you are moving through meshes and clipping, and there's invisible colliders everywhere stopping you from going into areas that would potentially break the game. And like over here in this tree, I can just fly into the tree, and I've gotten stuck in this tree multiple times, and yeah, that's not glitchy at all. Let's see how far we can get out of the map. Oh wow, we are really out of the map. Wow, that actually is a good view of the scene. I've never done this before. This is pretty cool. Let's explore this a little bit. Oh, interesting. Look at how they made the light of that door. Ooh, that looks cool. That is a lot of bloom. That's really interesting. It's just a 2D plane that's just glowing super bright. Let's see what the backside of it looks like. This is cool. Alright, you can't see it. Whoa, what's that down there? No way. Is that the, like... Is that, the HUD? Oh, it's gonna take me forever to fly there, but I gotta go there. What is that down there? Well, this was interesting and unexpected. I'm so glad I got out of the map accidentally. Come on, what is that? I'm getting closer. Exit. Yes, I found your HUD. Now, what happens if I actually do press escape? That's so cool. There must be a camera around here somewhere. I bet you, I mean, obviously I won't be able to see it, but I bet you there is a camera. So if I press escape, yes, there must be a camera right there, and that's how they did that. Why didn't you just use the GUI? Well, I guess it doesn't matter that much. It could have been done on, like, function on GUI, or actually, you know, a separate camera and animation, but I can't believe I found that. I'm so proud of myself for getting out of the map. That was really cool. What else can we see? The water looks really interesting from the underside. This is really cool. This was really unexpected. What is that green stuff? Is that like fog? Let's fly up. This is gonna take forever. Come on, is there a sprint key? Come on, I want to see what the top of this level looks like, and then I'll be done. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Okay, let's talk about something while we're flying. I'm at a loss. I'm just kind of really interested in how cool this level looks from outside of it. They have a lot. I really wonder if all of those different meshes and objects were done inside of a modeling program of some sort. Or, okay, that's just water. I guess that's just like the foggy effect of the water. Anyways, I wonder if all of these objects were put in here, like actually in Unity, in the Unity editor, or if they did it outside of Unity. Actually, it looks like they did it inside of Unity because they're using all of the convex colliders. Okay, I guess the top of this really wasn't that interesting. I mean, it's an optical illusion. You would think that there would be like a road right here because that looks like a sewage drain. But, you know, of course they wouldn't model a road because they didn't expect people to get out of the map like this. But yeah, I guess this has been a really interesting and fun experience. So, I guess in the next episode I'm going to start talking about the graphics more and all of that. So yeah, I guess until my next episode, I'll see you guys later and keep making games.